in the heart of a rain-soaked city, under the flicker of a courthouse light that had burned for decades. Judge Eleanor Hayes began her Tuesday the same way she always did, with the quiet hum of routine and the illusion of control. For 30 years, she had ruled her courtroom with precision and pride, her voice carrying the weight of the law and the certainty of someone who believed she'd seen it all. She was known for her sharp tongue, her unflinching demeanor, and her reputation as the iron gavel. No excuses, no exceptions. That morning's docket looked no different: petty theft, vandalism, unpaid fines. But the last name on the list, case number 437, would unravel everything she thought she knew about justice. The defendant was Daniel Ruiz, a 28-year-old construction worker charged with breaking into a pharmacy after hours. A clear-cut case, or so it seemed. But as Daniel was led in, handcuffed, shoulders hunched, eyes shadowed by exhaustion, something about him caught Judge Hayes off guard. His face wasn't the defiant mask she'd come to expect from repeat offenders. It was the face of a man carrying too much grief to lift his head. The prosecutor's voice rang out, crisp and efficient. "Your Honor, the evidence is indisputable. The defendant was found inside the premises with stolen medication in hand. Surveillance footage confirms his identity." Hayes nodded mechanically, already forming her judgment. And the defendant's plea? The public defender, a young woman named Leah Carter, rose from her chair, her hands trembling slightly as she spoke. "Not guilty by reason of necessity, Your Honor." Hayes raised an eyebrow. "Necessity?" Leah took a deep breath. "Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ruiz broke into the pharmacy to steal insulin for his daughter." The courtroom fell silent. Even the bailiff stopped mid-step. Hayes leaned back, skepticism hardening her expression. "You expect this court to believe he committed a crime out of compassion?" Leah didn't flinch. "Not compassion, Your Honor, desperation. His daughter, Sophia, is 9 years old. Her insulin prescription expired after Daniel lost his job. He applied for assistance, but the paperwork was delayed. By the time he got the rejection notice, her blood sugar was spiking dangerously. He panicked." Hayes felt a flicker of irritation. She'd heard it all before, every excuse crafted to tug at her conscience. "And why?" she asked coldly. "Did he not seek medical help or contact social services?" Leah's voice softened. "He did. He called every clinic in the city. Every one of them told him they couldn't help without insurance." Daniel's voice, quiet but steady, broke through for the first time. "I wasn't trying to steal, Your Honor. I was trying to save my little girl." His words weren't theatrical. They were hollow, drained of everything but truth. For a moment, Judge Hayes hesitated. Then she caught herself. Hesitation was dangerous in her line of work. "The law," she said, "does not bend for circumstance. Intent does not erase the crime." Daniel lowered his eyes. Leah tried to argue, but Hayes silenced her with a gavel strike that echoed like thunder. "This court will reconvene tomorrow for sentencing." That night, as rain pounded the courthouse windows, Judge Hayes sat alone in her chambers, staring at the photograph on her desk, a girl with chestnut hair and a smile that mirrored her mother's. Anna Hayes, her daughter, gone 5 years now, a car accident that no verdict could reverse. Eleanor had buried her grief in order, in rules, in the belief that justice meant control. But now, staring at Daniel's file, she felt the thin ice beneath her certainty begin to crack. She imagined the man pacing his cell, thinking not about his future, but about whether his daughter would live to see another sunrise. It gnawed at her until sleep refused to come. By morning, something inside her had shifted, not softened, exactly, but awakened. When court resumed, the air felt different, charged, waiting. The prosecutor repeated the case facts, but Hayes barely heard him. Her gaze lingered on Daniel, his hands clasped like a prayer. "Mr. Ruiz," she said, "before I pass judgment, I want to hear from you directly. Tell me what happened that night." Daniel swallowed hard. Sophia's sugar was over 400. She was shaking, crying. "I couldn't afford the hospital. I begged the pharmacist for help that morning, but he said he couldn't give me anything without payment. That night, I saw the lights off and I broke in through the back. I didn't want money, just the insulin. I was going to leave a note, I swear. The cops came before I could." His voice cracked. "She's all I have, Your Honor." The courtroom was silent except for the quiet rustle of someone in the gallery wiping away tears. Even the prosecutor looked uneasy. Hayes sat still for a long time. Her mind replayed every case she'd ruled on with blind adherence to the letter of the law. Every time she'd silenced her own empathy in the name of order. Theft is theft, she finally said, but her tone was different now. Softer. But sometimes, she continued, what we call justice is only the shadow of it. She turned to the prosecutor. Does the pharmacy wish to press charges? He hesitated. There, open to restitution, Your Honor. She nodded slowly. Restitution, then, not incarceration. The gallery stirred. Mr. Ruiz, she said, looking him directly in the eyes, this court finds you guilty of unlawful entry, but I will not sentence you to jail. Instead, you will perform community service in partnership with the city's health outreach program. And this court will personally ensure your daughter receives the medical assistance she needs. Daniel's shoulders collapsed under the weight of relief. Leah exhaled a trembling thank you. But Hayes wasn't finished. We will also be reviewing our municipal healthcare emergency policy, she added, her voice steady now, purposeful. No parent should have to choose between their child's life and the law. The courtroom erupted in quiet applause, an unspoken acknowledgement that something rare had just happened. Not weakness, not leniency, humanity. As Daniel was escorted out, Hayes noticed the faintest smile on his face, the kind that comes from being seen for the first time in a long time. Later, as she sat alone again in her chambers, she reached for the photo of Anna and whispered, maybe justice isn't about being unbreakable. Maybe it's about knowing when to bend. Months later, the story spread beyond the courtroom. A local journalist covered it. A small headline at first, then a viral video viewed millions of times. The judge who chose compassion. Public debate raged, but the results spoke louder. Within a year, the city launched a compassionate justice initiative, connecting defendants to support services before sentencing. Judge Hayes became its founding advocate, not out of pride, but repentance. When asked by a reporter what changed her mind, she said simply, a man who broke the law to keep his daughter alive reminded me that the law should serve life, not the other way around. As for Daniel Ruiz, he completed his service, joined the outreach program full-time, and became a voice for affordable insulin legislation. And on a quiet December morning, he sent a letter to the judge that would stay pinned to her wall until the day she retired. Your Honor, it read, Sophia is healthy. She's learning to play piano. She says she wants to be a doctor, to help people like you helped us. Thank you for teaching me that mercy doesn't mean weakness. It means courage. In the end, the iron gavel had not shattered. She had simply been reforged. Because justice, she finally understood, isn't about punishment. It's about healing what punishment alone can never fix.